Enduro Girl here, and I am leaving tomorrow to do a rim-to-rim hike in the Grand Canyon with my friend Chris. So I'm going to show you everything that we're packing, and then at the end of the trip I'll tell you what worked for us, what didn't, and what we could have used more of or what we didn't need at all. We're counting on about 150 to 200 calories an hour, and we're guessing it'll take us about 10 hours, hoping it doesn't take us more than that, and maybe it'll take us even less. We're not sure. So we're trying to make sure that we have enough for that. We're splitting some of the stuff between packs so that we're both not carrying the same equipment. First of all, I'm taking an Osprey pack, which I've reviewed this pack before. I love this pack. It's not a very big one, it fits everything in it because we've already practiced. I made sure I filled up my hydration pack, and that's the Hydro Pack one that I'm using. I've reviewed that one as well. Love that. But I filled up my pack, filled up the bladder before I filled my pack up because it'll take up room, and so you want to make sure that you have enough room in your pack. So these are the clothes that I'm wearing tomorrow to get there, and I will actually use a shirt that I'm wearing tomorrow to throw in my bag to take with me on the trip. Okay, so during the hike, I'll start off with clothes for the cool weather because it'll be cold. And I do have some warm gloves because on the North Rim it's still pretty chilly. And it'll also be chilly in the morning. I have an Under Armour medium weight top, and it'll fold up pretty good. And then I have a lightweight rain jacket with taped seams, and that also folds up pretty well. And if you put it in a plastic baggie, it actually makes it even smaller, and you can fit it in your pack better. Underneath that, I'll have this tank top for during the day. When it gets really hot, I'll just go down to my sports bra because at the bottom of the canyon right now it's in the 90s to 100. So I have a Moving Comfort Fiona bra and some Under Armour compression shorts. I'll probably come all the way down to those. And then I'll start out with Mountain Hardwear pants that zip off at the bottom. And then I will wear these pants all 3 days. I'll wear these shorts all 3 days, the sports bra maybe all 3 days, and then I will have one extra shirt, the one I'm wearing tomorrow, to have on while the other tank is drying, because we're going to take one packet of detergent to wash our clothes out in the sink, but we're basically wearing the same clothes all 3 days. I am taking 2 pairs of wool socks though, a pair of Swiftwick socks and a pair of Smart Wool socks, and that way I have 2 different pairs. I have a balaclava, which I really like to wear the balaclavas for hiking, racing, running, because it can be warm and go all the way over your head, and it can also just be a head wrap. And I'll also have a hat with a brim, and we both just have these very cool Wicking Head Sweat brand hats. This happens to be a Bushwhack Adventure hat. Also a pair of the Ex Officio underwear, the kind that they say you can wear for 14 days. I will not be, but I will have those with me as well if I need them for Wednesday. After it starts to warm up and I don't need my warm gloves, I am going to come down to just some fingerless gloves. I'm just using cycling gloves for when I am, I'm using the fingerless gloves for my trekking poles because I found that after a couple of hours, my hands started to get a little bit fatigued and I started to get a little bit of callus, so I thought I would try the fingerless gloves. And the poles I'm using are some the Leaky Yukon poles. I'll have a pair of Native glasses, and I'm using Brooks Cascadia shoes. They're the only shoes that I'm going to take. I'm going to use trail runners. Chris is going to use hiking boots. So she's also going to take the New Balance Minimus shoes, which are super lightweight. For each taking a headlamp, it might be overkill for both of us to have a headlamp, but when it comes to something like that, I'd rather be safe than sorry, so we're both going to have a headlamp. And I use the Black Diamond headlamp, which is every adventure race I've been on, anybody that I've looked at, they say, oh my God, where did you get that lamp? And it is super bright. We have a little first aid kit, and in the first aid kit I have Tecnu Extreme, Wounded Warrior ointment, we have some gauze pads, some ibuprofen, and several blister blocks type bandages, because blisters will ruin your trip. And besides the blister block bandages, I also have a friction block stick, the Band-Aid friction block stick, and that can be used anywhere you chafe. So if we find that we're chafing, inner thighs or arms or anywhere, or bags chafing, we can use this little baby throughout the trip. Before the trip though, like the night before and the morning of that we leave, I'll probably coat the callus points of my feet with the Nu Skin liquid bandage. I find that really helps with running, for your feet not to blister, so I'll be doing that as well. I have an EpiPen just in case. Again, some people might consider it overkill, but you only have to go into anaphylactic shock one time to always want to have one of those with you. And every year people die in the canyon, and it's very hard to get rescued, so better to be safe than sorry. I'll have a compass in case something happens. We will each carry an emergency blanket. These are pretty cheap, $4 at REI. Once you open it though, you'll never be able to get it this small again, so keep it in here unless you absolutely have to. And then this could be overkill too, but I have Raynaud's disease, so if my hands get really cold, sometimes it's really painful, and so I have a little hand warmers. If I need them. I won't open them unless I need to. And then the last thing, I have a light stick. I like to wear a little sweatband if I don't have long sleeve shirt on, because my nose runs a lot and I need it to wipe my nose. Okay, so the food stuff that we have, we're taking several packets of Goo-Brew, some Starbucks Vias, which if you haven't tried them, they're really good, and we'll probably need some caffeine in the morning before we go. I like the Mocha Via. Chris goes with the plain old Via. We each have bags of trail mix. And then the Justin's nut butter packets are really nice. You can get different flavors, and they're really convenient because they're in the packets. We'll make a couple of peanut butter sandwiches with this. And then we have a variety of Cliff Bars, a couple bags of the Goo Chomps, and then I also have some Mojo bars in case I need it. I also am taking bison jerky and a small cup of salmon, like 80 calories, because I might get really sick of the sweet stuff. And then this is a luxury item, but it's the Trigger Point massage ball, and we'll use this at night, or I'll use it at least, to give myself some self-myofascial release. The large bags that we're putting our clothes in to put in our bag, we'll fill those with ice at night and put them on any sore spots. Also, I'll try to take an ice bath when I get to the other side of the canyon. I don't know if we'll have a tub or a shower. I don't think we have a communal shower, but I'm not sure. And then also our sandwich bags that we put our sandwiches in, we can fill those with ice and also put those on any sore spots as well. And then the last thing in my pack, the last two things, Aquaphor for my lips, because I can't stand chapped lips and we are in the desert. And then also my flip camera, which I don't go anywhere without.